Now let's talk about lists. A list is a sequence of value inside a square bracket separated by commas and stored in a variable. Lists are multiple values stored in a variable. It can be numbers, string, boolean, floats, just any data type can be a list. Example of a list is a list of names. We can have a list of numbers, a list of alphabets, whether uppercase or lowercase alphabets, list of records. List can just be anything as long as it's a data type. Let's try to access a list. I have a list here. This is a list of names. If I want to print out the list with all its values, I'm just going to do print names. So this will print out the names with all its values. I can also print out an item in the list. So this names, if I want to print out Mike is on index 1. That is, in the list we have items. The first one is in index 0s. Second one is in index 1, like that, 2, 3. So if I want to print out Mike alone, I'm going to put a square bracket in front of the name of the list and put 1. So that will print out Mike alone. I'm looking at it from my RPL interface. Of course, if you want to run it on your terminal, you can do so, and it's going to print out Mike. You can also print out a subsection of your list. For instance, if I want to print out Mike and Daniel, to do that, I'm going to use a slice. To print out item from item Mike and Daniel, I'm going to put 1, which is Mike is in index 1, and then 3. Mike is in index 1. This is 0, 1, 2, 3. Now it's going to print out only Mike and Daniel. It's not going to add the last item. To actually know the number of items that is going to print out, you just minus 3 from 1. So it tells you that it's going to print out 2 items. So it's going to be Mike and Daniel. Now you can see that output right here. If I want to print out till Jordan, I'm going to make it 4. So it's going to pick out Mike, Daniel, and Jordan. And if I want to print from Daniel to Jordan, I'm going to make this 2. So it starts from the second index and then prints out to the last index. Now let's also try to modify the content of a list. I'm going to use the list. I have a series of lists here. I'm going to use the record list for this example. I'm going to copy this record list. These are variables I assign here. So now right here, I can change record. To change it, I'm going to address the index of the item I want to change. I want to change male to female, and male is in index 1. So I'll say index 1. Record is this. So record is that. And now I am accessing the index 1, the value in 1, and I'm changing it to female. Now, if I print, okay, let me print out the value before the change. And let me print out the value after the change. I'm going to print out record. That is this record. And of course, you can see it right here. And then change the record, and then you print out the new one. So this is record. Let me remove this because it's actually showing on top. So this is record, and then this is where I changed it. I can also change, let's change the second. The second is this is 1, 2, 3. This is 0, 1, 2. I'm going to change it to African. And of course, print that out. So you see, the first one has this and at this point I changed it to female, and at this point I change it to the third item to African. So this is a simple way to modify the content of a list. You can delete the content of a list using the command del. So I'm going to take out the gender. Gender is in the first index. So I'm going to take out the gender of, I'm going to take out the gender of record. So right here is going to take out the first record. When I print record again, you will see that female is no longer part of the record, because right here I deleted a record from the list.